Solve each equation mentally for x. We have the equation 5/2 times x equals 1, and your answer must be in the form of a fraction. So I know that actually what we'll be looking for here is what we call the reciprocal. Let me just write that here for us. So by definition, the reciprocal is one of a pair of numbers that when you multiply them together, they equal 1. So I'm looking for what is that sort of magic number that I could multiply times 5/2 and I would get 1. So the way that we write the reciprocal, or the way that we sometimes think about it, is that we can take the numbers in the fraction and we can reverse the order, if you will. So if we had the 5 as the numerator, it will become the denominator. And if we had the 2 in the denominator, it will become the numerator. When we write it like this, and then we start to check with multiplication, we notice that we have 5 times 2, that's 10. And then when we do 2 times 5, we have 10. And sure enough, 10 over 10 is equal to 1. And so we have found the reciprocal, and that is the answer that would solve this equation. So the correct answer for this was 2/5. If you chose the wrong answer of 2.5, I think you were very, very close. I actually think that you knew a little bit of what you were doing. You were probably trying to get 2/5 or 2/5. But I think what happened is you forgot that we needed to write it as 2/5 as a fraction and not as 2.5. When we write 2.5, what we actually are writing is 2.5, and that's definitely not the same as 2/5. So 2/5 is less than a whole. Right? If we wrote it as a decimal, it would be 0.4. And so these things are not equivalent to each other at all. We wanted 2/5, and we would need that to be the reciprocal in order to get the total of 1, which is what we were asked to find.